All right, how's it going, everybody? This is Ismortah, and today during my Saturday board game stream, I know we're streaming a little different time today just because we're going to Haunted House tonight. Normally it's going to be 7 p.m. Central, but today we're doing 9 a.m. due to the haunting. But we're going to show you some haunting of my own, aka some Kingdom Death Monster. Finally. Waiting forever for stuff. Awesome that I finally got something, but obviously not awesome the fact that I'm still waiting for stuff from the original Kickstarter, other than the core game, but that's a whole nother seminar, which we could talk about later time. But it's cool. So this is the Legendary card pack, which we'll be discussing, which are improvements gameplay-wise, and probably even some for the cards UI-wise to the original game 1.5, and that's why this is called the 1.6. I never got the 1.0 version, which was technically it was their second Kickstarter, but the first Kickstarter for KDM. I got involved in the second Kickstarter for KDM, which was 1.5, which was the improved game as well as all of the new expansions you can get in on, and the Gambler's Box. Waiting on for those expansions in the Gambler's Box, which is exciting because the Gambler's Box, they added so much more stuff to it, and I've been told that's supposed to end the production this month, and then either get shipped out or go to manufacturing. Either case, at least it'll be content locked, which is great because we know how Poots loves to content creep. But yes, you're watching on twitch.tv/Ismortah, and you can catch VODs here as well as on YouTube at Shadow Balance Games 24 hours after the stream, and see updates to the schedule and content like this ad hoc change today, for example. You can catch it up on Twitter at Shadow Balance. So yeah, today we're going to do an unboxing and just show you what the cards are and what's included. So I'm not going to talk about how that changes the gameplay or any of that jazz. One, because I feel like that's too much spoilers, and also I haven't seen everything in the game. But I do want to show you what's new. So there is the spoilers of, I'm going to show you the cards. So if you just fundamentally just want to know, oh, it's a card for the Butcher, for example, but you don't want to see what it is, there's going to be spoilers for that. So I'm going to be showing the cards, but I'm not going to be going to discussion on how it changes the game, because I either don't want to spoil that for myself, or I actually don't know, because I haven't seen it. So this is definitely a disclaimer right now. If you do not want to see what's on the cards, stop watching. If you want to see what's on the cards in the Legendary pack for Kingdom Death Monster, this is the upgrade to 1.6 from 1.5, then you're in the right place. Yeah, this is solely an unboxing. Inboxing? Unboxing. There you go. All right. So, Legendary card pack. See what it's all about. It's on the sides of the box, just because I do like artsy stuff, even though this is pretty simple. All right, let's see what's in here. Yeah, these are all just improvements to the game. I don't think any of it's new content. It's changes to the existing content. Let's add a whole bunch of new content to the game, and I actually treat it as its own huge expansion to the game, is the Gambler's Box, which is now kind of like advanced KDM. I am interested in Win. Well, I guess we're always interested in Win. But that should at least be coming soon. So we should begin its next year. I'm assuming if it's content locked, you would have to still get it manufactured and then shipped. So that alone could take a year, honestly. If it still has to be manufactured and there's a queue, let's say that's 6 months. And then shipping from China. So, Because if you just became content locked, then you haven't submitted the final files to manufacturing. That's what I think. All right, so we're opening this baby up. There is lots of cards, lots of plastic. All right, so this is kind of how it was stacked coming out of the box. A lot of cards, a lot of upgrades. So it'll be interesting to see. I wasn't sure what to expect. Honestly, when it showed honestly, the legendary card pack, I thought it was like the size of like a magic card pack. And I was like, okay, so just cards, but it's like all sorts of stuff. Looks like we have some monster cards, equipment cards, dividers, even settlement stuff. Looks like a lot of different things. So let's see what's all here. Let's see what is all here. Oh, wow. All sorts of stuff, which I'll show. A lot of little things. Lots of. Oh, and some stickers too. Interesting. This must just be, they just want you, instead of printing a whole new card, to just put it over what it's supposed to be. Yeah, because that's a way actually that Fury of Dracula fixed some of their misprints. Is they just made a sticker and you just put the sticker on it. You know, I think that's what you do in Legacy, and it's a good way cheapest way, honestly, to fix a card without having a whole new card. So it's cool. So I'll show that first since I'm talking about it. So there's this thing here which looks like a whole bunch of stickers. I'll zoom in closer. There's no back. Like I said, I'm not going to go into how the mechanics, how it affects the gameplay. I'm just going to show you what I got. Okay. I'll probably have a later stream that show the incorporation of stuff or something, but this is just unboxing what we have here. So here looks like a sticker updating how traps work and doomed and survivor attacking limits. Here you got look like an update to rewards for Screaming Antelope. Here's an update to the Aftermath, price of Screaming Antelope. Here's a couple stickers. Here we have an update to Wares for Trade and Tattered Parcel. And again, these are all stickers, so you can overlay what it's supposed to be. Here looks like some sticker updates to a creature or two. Not sure what they are, but again, there's also a instruction manual, which I'll show at the end to recap and explain. Okay, so those are all the sticker updates. And, you know, some of these could be new cards as well, because, like, I think I just see something right now that I've never seen before. Like I said, I see new equipment, new monster cards, new settlements, new location cards. Just about the whole gamut. All right. Here looks like I got two new settlement cards. And speaking of stuff, I noticed one of the things that I actually go through in the game is the character sheets, only because I keep each character sheet for each character, so it's like their history. I probably just need to start erasing it or print more, but I just noticed I burned through those. The settlement sheets, I have one per campaign. But man, the character sheets, I do one for every character that's active, and like you burn through a lot of them. really fast. But anyway, that's something I need to print out a bunch of for. Just because the paper's so thin that when you reuse it for one character, you kind of wear it down, and to reuse it for multiple characters after they die is kind of like, yeah, gets not strongest paper. But anyway, here's a new settlement. I'm not going to read it, like I said, because, gameplay spoilers, but to show you what I got, this looks like one for Story in the Snow, which I have not seen before. And here's one for Dark Seamstress. Also one I have not seen before as well. It's cool. Like the ladies. Next, I'm opening up what looks like new location cards. I don't remember if they're called location cards. I thought they were called location. I haven't played Kingdom Death in a year since the last time I did my stream. Stopping on Atlanta year 17, I believe is what it was. And I do plan to do more of that stream. I don't think I'm going to add these new cards for that game because I've already been playing the game a certain way. But I might just have the game go to conclusion, whatever that conclusion might be. And when I start a new game, I'll use all this new stuff and my newfound knowledge of, what I want to do in the game, sort of thing. All right, so this one looks like I got a plethora of just new settlement cards across the board. Again, I'm not going to try to sit here and go through the minutia what's changed. That could be a future stream to go through the meta of what changed and what you should do, but I'm just going to show them to you. Again, unboxing. All right, so here's an updated Barber Surgeon. I haven't gotten this one yet, but this was in the original game. I just haven't unlocked it yet. Here's an updated Organ Grinder. Here's an updated Plumery. Like I said, I haven't started looking at the details. I just kind of hope that this stuff is like easier and not harder because the game's already hard enough, honestly. One of the things I'd change, honestly, in the game is how Murder and Red Fist work in the game. As you saw me doing my campaign, that's one thing that just, it's already punishing enough not knowing how fights go and then trying to do the fights to then also just have rampant murder every year, and that just kills your entire campaign. But anyway, that's just balancing feedback. Like I've said before in previous streams, I really loved content. It just, some of the game balancing just isn't there, and it's kind of honestly a bad cop-out just to say, this weapon crafter, by the way, that, oh, well, then you just die. Because you invest so much time in the game to die for stupid reasons that's not like a great experience or adventure or story out of it. It's kind of a buzzkill. Here's the blacksmith. It's cool, the idea of having people as like a resource, that they die and it's all about the summit trying to survive. But to say, hey, the game's not balanced, so you die, it's like, okay, well, man, the game still needs to be fun. It still needs to be balanced so that you can do certain things that you want to try to pursue in the game. And then trying to learn the strategy and learn how to survive. Like, yeah, you can have surprises, but I mean, if you just have it, oh, every time I turn a corner, I get shot in the face, it just, it's a fine line between something being fun and something being, a good story. Because, like, it is a game. I do love stories, but to be doing a story and then just, oh man, I fall off a cliff and I die. It's like, I don't know. But wow, it looks like they updated all of the location cards. I could be wrong. It looks like it's at least most of them, if not all of them. Okay. Like I said, there's a little thing, addition of updates, which I'll go through at the end. This probably goes through all the changes. Right now I'm just showing you all the goods. So next up, looks like we got some dividers updates. Probably because they're dividers that didn't exist before. That's what it looks like. Because there are a ton of cards. And the core game does give you a lot of space to add all these expansions. Like, I currently just have the core game and now 1.6. And I just have Gambler's Box and the 4 other expansions coming my way. Honeycomb Weaver, Griffin, I believe is what it's called, Nightmare Ram, and the Bone Armor. Death Armor. Those 4. All right, so here's some new dividers. We have pattern cards, Strain Fighting Arts, and Strain Milestones. And it could also be like, I haven't seen anything about strains, but it could also be some of these have to do with other expansions, the old ones, or maybe with actually the Gambler's Box itself, possibly. Don't recall where strains are from. But I have to say, it's exciting to get new KDM stuff. So it's cool that I got something. That is true. Here's some smaller dividers. You got promo gear and pattern gear. Let's move some of this shite so you can have cooler stuff to look at for the time being. All right, so now we're getting into some of the cards. Looks like now I'm getting into the monster updates. I'm thinking about my campaign. I think because I keep playing a certain way, I'll probably keep playing how I'm playing. But like I said, in a new campaign, I'll probably have some new societal thing that I do that's homebrew. And then probably also homebrew changing how Murder and Red Fist work, just fundamentally. Just so I can see more of the game. That's probably what I'll do. But I'll just keep playing how I've been playing. Because changing something halfway through how it works, this alters the immersion of what you're doing. But like you saw, it looks like I'm going to get my ass handed to me at the Phoenix level 2. It just sucks because like I really wanted to do the 2.5 cat that I got for, and then I found that huge blade that I can make, but I need to get iron for, which I'm very deficient. And just like things I saw that I wanted to do that I'm not sure I'm going to be able to live long enough to do it. So that's what sucks. Okay. Anyway. All right. So it looks like a whole bunch of cards all across the board. Hunt cards, resource cards, AI cards, gear, resources. Let's see what we got. Here are actions for the Tyrant. Don't know who that is. Here's actions for the Lonely Tree. Interesting. Here's an update to the Screaming Armor. One of my faves, just because you can lunge at somebody. Here you got an update to a strange resource, the Life String. Here you got an update to the Lion Hunt, White Lion Cub. I was about to talk about something I liked and did not like about that, and maybe they altered it. But either way, I'm not going to talk about it. That way it's a surprise to you. What happens and what changes, myself included. New one for Tiefing, Hunt card from the Screaming Antelope. They've got updates to resources. Here's Perfect Hide. Perfect Bone. These are all basic resources. Perfect Organ. Then we got a new card for Lonely Tree. I'm interested in this one, updates to how it works, because honestly, it was very confusing how you manipulate the Lonely Tree, as far as how you can move through it, line of sight, moving on top of it. That was confusing. I hope that card irons out the kinks. Vermin Obsession. I think that's a brand new one. I don't think I've even seen that one before. Here's a new AI card for the Dung Beetle. This, actually, some of these might be update the cards from the old expansions as well. Like I don't have this expansion. Another Dung Beetle Knights Prepared Tunnels. Then we have an update to Lion Knights Stage. Another expansion card. Here's a Villain, which is a roll. Probably provided from another expansion. Here's an update to Screaming Antelope Hit for Gnarled Horns. And then we have an update to the Dung Beetle Knights, the Iridescent Helm. All right, so that's all of those size cards that are new. All right, now we got the smaller equipment cards, and then the guide going through what's all new and changed and how to incorporate, most likely. All right, so I got 4 of these, so give me a sec. Yeah, because it'll be a whole process just updating all these cards, where they're supposed to go and stuff that's pertinent to me. Because like I said, I don't have any of the old expansions. Just because, I don't know, at the face value during the Kickstarter, they didn't look really attractive to me. But there were multiple ones from the newer expansions that did. Probably because, you know, it's newer content, fresher. And I thought the stuff was cooler looking, honestly. That I had previously described. All right, let's open all these up right quick. Let's show. Yeah, because none of these cards also have obvious any sort of indication that it's not from the base game. So you could actually mix these up and then not know what is the updated rules, which one's the old rules. So honestly, that's another game design flaw, honestly, is you should really show what's replacing what. That way you know what to take out. That way in case it gets mixed up, you know what you're supposed to be using. Because like even myself, even though I'm replacing the cards, I'm still not going to get rid of the old cards because it's still a cool product, right? It's kind of like X-Wing. You know, I don't throw away all of the 1.0 rules because we did 2.0 because it's still game stuff. You can still play it. All right, it's opening 2 more packs. Then we'll show all these goods. Yeah, it's I'd say there's a lot of cool changes. I'm just surprised there was no change to like I said, Red Fist and the fucking murder settlement. Sorry. It just, oh my god. It's hard enough trying to like, of course, I don't know, maybe my engine for getting new people is also bad. You know, I was potentially getting 1 new person maybe every hunt and then losing 2 for reasons. So, I don't know. It's also the RNG. If you roll good, you get out of either one of those events, and then if you just don't get that card when you draw settlements, you don't get it. Also true. All right, so there's a bunch of these. I have 1 more to open up. Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see for the Gambler's Box, which is now Advanced KDM, on how it changes the game. You know, Definitely more stuff that just focuses on your settlement strength and not individual character strength, because you focus on individual character and they die, well then it was all for nothing, right? And your characters die all the time. So it's more like, does the settlement keep growing and learning and developing as you go? Instead of having like these superheroes that died, you're like, now you just have Clark Kent. Great. Okay, cool. So let me show you what these cards are. I'll just flip through them quickly, because there's a bunch. And like I said, don't want to focus on the minutia of the gameplay, because I don't want to spoil mechanics. I just want to show you what's new. Scrap Lantern. And you got, let's show you what you're getting. 3 of those. Counterweight Axe was one of my favorite weapons in the game. Interesting to see how that gets changed. Sorry, I should show it individual first. Scrap Sword. There's 3 of those. And I don't know if you played the game before, you notice that you can have 4 characters in your party at once. And you notice all these weapons I've been showing you have been in 3s. So you can't have all of your members have the same stuff. Someone's going to be deficient. But honestly, in my opinion, playing the game, you don't, which may not be true for all these different boss fights. Different encounters require different things. Maybe some encounters you need to have a certain weapon. Maybe certain encounters you need to have a mix. Maybe in certain encounters you have to go all in on a certain weakness. You know? It's kind of all over the place in my experience playing the game. There's no, oh, this is the winning strategy. That is not true. It's more like preparing for everything and then planning accordingly for what you think is going to happen. Ooh, Blue Lantern. I don't think I've seen that before. Dormant Twilight Cloak. That's pretty cool. Like I said, some of these might be with replacement cards, again, with any of the old expansions that have already come out as well, because some of these are new to me. Bloodskin. Speaker Cult Knife. Lantern Brazier. And it calls to be some of these new settlement cards might actually have, not settlement cards, the location cards. Maybe that's what they're called, settlement cards. And then what are these called? Settlement events. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. Leather bodysuit. It's interesting. Notice no chest protection. Well, chest protection, yes. Your heart, yes. But covering up your nipples, no. Rawhide corset. Okay. Teeth bikini. All right. Shadow walk. I'm all about the shadow, sure. Lantern halberd. No, I recognize that from the core game. Or I've seen it in the box anyway. Haven't made it. Steel sword. Right, that was the first stack of 4. All right, next up we got Monster Grease. Three of those. Normally, when you see in the stuff, you either get 3 of it or 1 of it. It's either unique or you could have most of your party have it, sort of thing. Blood Sheath for 3. Finger of God. as a weapon I was looking at in my campaign about pursuing. Hence one of the reasons why I was going after Phoenix level 2 before I got, well, KDM'd, I guess. Hollow Sword. Three of those. Rainbow Katana. That was something else I was looking at. Three of those. That's me. Like, there's a ton of upgrades. It looks like what I've seen, most of it is for the core game, but there are some cards, looks like, because I've never seen them before, are either new additions to the core availability from the settlements or expansions, you know, like the Dung Beetle stuff. Sonic Tomahawk, something I looked at one point in time, but I was like, meh. So it'd be interesting if they made that better, because that did look interesting. What's interesting, Sonic Tomahawk, they actually gave you 4. So you can give everybody Sonic Tomahawk. That's interesting. Or no. It's because if I recall it, you can. Well, I thought you could dual wield. If so, then that makes sense to have 2 and 2. But like I said, not focusing on the mechanics. Speed Powder. Have not seen that one. 3 of those. Alright, so we got Final Lantern. Cloth Leggings. Hard Breastplates. Green Charm. Red Charm. Definitely a fan of the charms. Definitely something that I've noticed is very beneficial to have people rocking the charms. Blue Charm. I think one of the ways that in my previous campaign probably hurt me is, 1, I kept getting murder and fucking Red Fist, sure. 2, have more people take advantage of ways to get more people. To find a way to, but it was kind of hard to do. So like, spawn more people, have less people dying, obviously. It's kind of the same thing. And then also the importance of farming stuff earlier before you need it. In particular, what I've noticed was ore, iron, just how valuable that is and how hard it is to come by it. The polishing lantern, that's kind of the same with any resource. Like the value of, yeah, you only have 1 of it, 2 of it, you think it's disposable, but then later on when you actually need it, it's huge, right? So, or it's a unique piece that you need 1 of something and you just sold it to do something consumable, you know. Oxidized Lantern Glaive. That looks pretty cool. 3 of those. Vespertine Bow. Don't have that card. It's probably expansion, but it looks cool. 3 of those. Now we're on the last pack of equipment cards. Screaming Bracers. Three of those. Screaming Shirts. Skirt. Not shirt, skirt. For 3. Antelope Set is actually one of my favorite ones as well. So it's interesting that it's updating it. Screaming Horns. like I say, I hope these updates make stuff honestly easier and not harder, because, like I said, difficulty in the game is not the problem. It's having the ability to do different strategies and can still find a way to win, instead of, if you didn't get A 5 turns ago and you fight B, you're going to lose regardless of what you do. You know, that's sort of a fun sponge. Or having cool ways to die from experimenting and fighting, as opposed to some lame thing that you can't get rid of and you keep losing people and you can't mount a strategy. You know what I mean? It's sort of like I said, you're mixing the story, what makes a good story, with what makes a fun gameplay experience. And it's really having that hybrid that makes the best immersion. And for me, that's the most fun. A game that's immersive. But notice I say a game that's immersive. So it's still, you're lost in it, and it's still a game. Brain Mint. But it is a lot of cool content, regardless if you think it's balanced or fun or, you know, go rogue like and don't care what happens. It is still really interesting and unique content in the board game space. That's true. Scrap Rebar. I don't have that one, so that one is new. And I hope this new stuff I can actually use somehow. A lot of it. Because this is cool. Scrap Bone Spear. 3 of those. So that is all of the new content, which you see in front of you. 4 stacks of equipment, stack of new cards, which spans monsters, resources, terrain, new settlement locations, new settlement events, and a bunch of stickers to overlay stuff that exists, and some new dividers. All right, so what I also got finally was this dude here, which is a little manual, lets you know what has changed and what's going on. So, like I said, I'll let you read it. Yeah, this guide is basically just saying how you install these components and what has been changed and how to use. Cool. Well, that's the stream. That's what's included in the Legendary Card Pack. Like I said, it'd be interesting to see how this works. And when I play my next game of KDM, I'll definitely incorporate this stuff and a new homebrew as well to make the game interesting and to give myself a power boost so I can see more of the content I haven't seen before. Like the last 2 bosses of the game, for example, and some of these higher level queries. Because it's, honestly, in my opinion, I think the Gamblers will still has to be manufactured and shipped. So it's probably it'll probably be next year that we get the game. But it's cool that it's done. When we could get the additional expansions, who knows? But yeah, so this is the Legendary Card Pack again. A lot of cool stuff. And again, if you liked what you saw and heard, be sure to like, comment, and to subscribe on twitch.tv/Ismortah, and catch up videos here as well as on YouTube at Shadow Balance Games. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Ismortah, and I'll catch you next time.